What's up, guys? Sleepz here with another episode of Nonstop Nationalities, and in today's episode we make ourselves a Senegal team. It was a pretty fun team and also very cheap, so sometimes on this series I make pretty expensive squads like the Italian one and the Argentinian one at the beginning. This team is not expensive at all. I think at this point pretty much everybody can afford this team. I think it's going to cost around 85 to 90k, so not very much at all. Let's get right into this. Our goalkeeper is bronze, unfortunately, and he is very bad. You see his I paid only 200 coins for him, and that's pretty much what he's worth, not a coin more. His diving stats and reflexes aren't too bad for a bronze, but I'm telling you guys, this keeper is just horrible. There's no getting around it. I can't say he saved me one time at all. He's just a bad keeper, but there's nothing else you can choose. This is the only keeper from Senegal, so you either get him, or if you want, you guys can like hybridize it and put some other goalkeeper in there. But for this series I try to keep it everybody from the same nation, so even though he is horrible, he is from Senegal, so I did use him. Our two center backs, we have Diawara and we have Ba, and our two center backs actually weren't that bad. Diawara here with 70 pace, 85 defending and 78 heading. That's good enough. If the center back has at least 70 pace, I can work with that. And then our bronze center back has 76 pace, which is pretty good, and 75 heading. Defending stat is kind of low, but with that 76 pace it kind of makes up for it. And for Diawara I paid 14,000 coins, and for this bronze guy I only paid 150, so very cheap defense, and they were actually pretty good. We'll move on to our right back, which wasn't really that great. He wasn't too bad either, I guess. 78 pace for a right back is a little slow, but he did do the job. I wouldn't say he was bad, and I wouldn't say he was great. He was just okay, and he did the job that he had to do at right back. And again, very cheap, 150 coins for my right back. Let's move on to our left back, which was actually pretty good. Another good defender for this team. We have this guy right here, Mbenge. 6 foot, 550 coins, so he also another cheap player, but 84 pace, so that's what you want a left back. You want your fullbacks to be fairly quick, and 84 pace is very nice. And a nice little bright green chemistry here with the League One link up. Let's move on to our center mids, which I have to say, guys, when I made this team I was pretty much just looking at the stats. I don't really know much about the great players from Senegal, so I just picked players that looked decent, and I did not realize that I picked pretty much a bunch of well, they are CMs. They originally come out of packs as CMs, but they're very defensive-minded, midfielded players. So I did not have a single even 3-star skiller in midfield, and that was really bad. That really let me down. But them being so defensive-minded, it really shut down my opponents. They all dropped back, they all defended well, so it was really hard to get past these guys, but it was very boring attacking, especially because our first center mid over here, Kamara, doesn't have a very nice shot. His shot is very bad. I don't think I actually managed to score a single goal with this guy, but he is quick, and like I said, he will defend like the other two. On the other hand, we have this guy, Diop, and he has no pace at all, but when I bought him just because he had 88 heading and 73 shooting, so I figured this guy would be one of those central defensive midfielders who has a sick long shot on him, and Diop is definitely one of those guys. But unfortunately I did not manage to score one with him to show you guys, but I promise you I can definitely tell just by the way he takes his shots that the shot power is there. He has 94 shot power and 80 long shots, and I guarantee if you give this guy time and space, he will make opponents pay from distance. And our other center mid, he actually did have a decent shot on him, and he is also a lefty, so we had a good variation in midfield at least. 81 pace, and again the high defending and high heading stats, and his shot actually was not too bad. I actually do have a couple of goals to show you guys that I scored with him. So that's what our defense looks like, our midfield. And let's move up to our front three. Our center forward here is Kanji, and I mean, you want to talk about bronze beast, Kanji is definitely one of them. Kanji is amazing. The 4-star skills are only 4-star skiller. I paid 1,000 coins for him, but he has decent pace. He feels so much faster than 78 pace, guys. He's a very good player. He has good shot, the 4-star skill is nice, decent dribbling, decent heading because he is rather tall, 6'4". So Kanji is a great player, and he's kind of that player that links up with the attack. You know, he may do a skill move here and there and then pass it up to the strikers, who will hopefully then finish the chances. And quickly, I forgot to show you guys the prices I paid for these guys, so let's backtrack. 3,000 for this guy, 6,000 for this guy. He was pretty expensive, and our other center mid only 2,000. So again, we're still very, very cheap with this entire team. I don't even think we've broken like 30,000 coins yet. But these are your two players who are going to be expensive. I'm pretty sure you guys know who is coming up top, and that is Cisse and Ba, the two Beast Newcastle strikers. We have Ba and Cisse here. Let's get right into the prices first before I forget that. Not Kanji, we want Cisse. I paid 47,000. This is the highest in form. This is that inform he got for, I think he scored that goal towards the end of last season. That was like, had some ridiculous bend on it, and for that he got this inform, and he has 99 curve in that on this card. So 47,000 coins he cost me, 85 pace, 88 shooting, 85 dribbling. This guy is solid, and the 83 heading. That's the one thing that's great about this team. Very, very tall forwards. You win pretty much everything in the air. And Cisse was fantastic. He does have that sick finesse shot because of that high curve rating. And let's talk about Ba first before I make a comment on these guys' shot power, because it isn't really that great. But Ba will only cost you 8,000 coins, and he has good stats all around. 86 pace, 86 shooting, 80 dribbling, 82 heading. So these two strikers, they don't have 4-star skills like I said, but my only complaint about these guys is that they don't have a lot of shot power, and I found that kind of surprising because, you know, they are so tall and they are so strong in game, yet their shot power is very low. I think Dembaba's only 80 shot power, and I think Cisse's is like 77. So, you know, that's pretty poor, but Cisse does have an insane finesse shot, and you guys will see that in the highlights coming up. And Dembaba is, I guess, his shot power being 80. I didn't really suffer too much from that, but it's more Cisse. But you know, the shot power, I will say, you guys will notice when you're trying to take shots from distance, you do have to put a little bit more power than you would on just your average Joe striker with like 80 plus power. What else can I say about this team, guys? The team was fairly good. My only complaint would be the lack of skill moves. You know, I wouldn't consider myself the greatest skiller in the world, but I do like to have a couple 4-star skillers here and there. Kanji was fun to play with, but one thing that is amazing about this team, guys, is that this team is very, very strong, very hard to push off the ball, especially in the midfield. I mean, you hold on to that ball so well. The strength in this team really does show. Pretty much all these players have great strength. And yeah, the team was pretty fun to use. I did find a somewhat cool manager. I found an African manager. Yeah, so he's going to be the manager for this team. And yeah, guys, this is the team. Like I said, it doesn't cost very much, and we're going to get into some of the highlights and goals that I scored with these guys right now. Alright, guys, so we're going to start off these highlights by showing a little bit of what this our center mid could do, Kuyate, and he is a left-footed player, as you see right there. He has a pretty good left foot in him, whether it be like a finesse shot from up close like that, or he can bang them in from distance as well. And right here, it is to show you guys a goal from Kuyate primarily, but look how hard it is to push off my players. They're so strong. They're so tall. They're very, very hard to push off the ball, and we get to pass to Kuyate, and that's a nice shot from outside of the box. And then right here, you know, since this team was not very skillful, I really did have to rely on good passing, you know, good counterattack, and things like that. And right here, this is a great example of it. But this also does show that Kuyate gets involved down the field, and you know, he's everywhere. This guy's all over the place. He defends and he scores plenty of goals, and he'll get a cross in every now and then. Right there on the left hand side on his stronger foot, that's a great cross, and there is Cisse to meet it. And Cisse was probably my favorite striker between him and Ba, just because his attack positioning seemed to be so great. You know, I felt Demba Ba was better as far as like physically winning headers and like bullying people in the air, but I felt Cisse was better positioned all the time to win headers easier. And but of course, you know, when we talk about Cisse, it's all about that finesse shot, and the finesse shot is very, very nice. You saw it right there. And then right here, here's another example. Again, hard to push off the ball, gets in position, and a finesse shot like that, a deadly finesse shot. Cisse, fantastic player. But Demba Ba also, got involved. You know, you can't deny that Demba was involved quite a bit. And right here, you're going to see him get his first goal of the highlights. And again, I just want to show you guys how good this team seemed to play so well together. The way they countered, the way they passed the ball around, and Kanji always getting involved right there with a little stop and turn. And then Cisse plays it to Ba, and Ba gets himself a nice little goal. Demba definitely good, and you're gonna see I have a couple of goals for him where he just completely bullies people in the air. Or actually, I say a couple. I think only this one. I think I took some of them out. But Demba like boom, just get out of the way. Right there, he did not have the positioning down, but he's just so strong and so powerful in the air, and he gets himself a goal right there. But you know, he did have himself in a little bit more power than Cisse had. Like I said, a little bit more shot power, and he shows it here. You know, this isn't exactly a very long shot. A very long shot, I should say, but it was from outside the box, and I did find it very, very hard to score long shots with him and Cisse. But that goal came out pretty nicely. And then right here, here's the way this team passed was just so nice. I really felt that, you know, although these goals aren't really all that exciting, I felt it that it was necessary to show. And Kanji right here, always getting that last pass in, and Demba is there to finish. But you know, hands down, although Kanji was probably one of the cheaper players, and he is bronze, he was still my favorite player in this team. I mean, his dribbling is so good. I mean, he's just overall an amazing player. He is a bronze beast. He is the definition of a bronze beast. He always pulls off some ridiculous stuff like this, and that was a great long shot from him right there. And then to cap off this episode of Nonstop Nationalities, we have ourselves a nice little goal here from Kanji. Rainbow flick to a volley, and that's going to be it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you guys will leave it a like, subscribe if you have not already, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
They look vulnerable to this counter-attack, and they got it absolutely right. He's taken it on and slotted it past the goalkeeper.
Well, he couldn't have done that if he didn't have pace about him.